You check your bank account 2 days before payday, and it's there. $6.42. You haven't bought anything crazy. No vacations, no designer clothes, just rent, groceries, gas, and maybe one takeout pizza because you were too exhausted to cook on Tuesday. Yet somehow, every single month ends with that exact same pit in your stomach. I know that feeling so well. A few years ago, I thought I was just bad at life. Everyone online made it look so easy, right? Just stop buying coffee. But when your rent takes up half your paycheck and a grocery run costs double what it used to, cutting out a $4 latte feels like trying to put out a house fire with a squirt gun. The real problem isn't that you lack willpower. It's that standard budgeting advice was built for people who already have extra money left over at the end of the month. When you're living paycheck to paycheck, traditional budgets don't protect you. They just track your disaster in real time. That's why I started using what I call the $0 rule. And no, it doesn't mean spending $0 or living off tap water. It means changing the job of the last zero in your bank account so you can finally break the cycle, even on a tight income. Here's the very first thing you have to do. And honestly, this is the step almost everyone skips because it feels too simple. You need to create a buffer zone of exactly $100 that never leaves your checking account, and you treat that $100 like it is zero. Think about how you spend money at the end of the month. When your balance hits 20 bucks, you panic. You stress about whether a recurring subscription is going to bounce and trigger a $35 overdraft fee. That stress causes decision fatigue, and decision fatigue makes you spend recklessly just to get through the day. So here's how you set it up. On your next payday, before you pay any bills, leave $100 sitting right at the bottom of your primary checking account. In your head, that $100 does not exist. If your balance shows $112, you have $12. That's it. That tiny cushion does something wild to your brain. It stops the overdraft domino effect dead in its tracks. Suddenly, an unexpected $12 monthly fee doesn't wipe you out or trigger a snowball of bank penalty fees. You aren't playing financial chicken with your account balance anymore. Now, once that zero line is moved, we have to talk about where your money actually goes the second it hits your account. And here's the part most people get completely wrong. They pay everyone else first and try to save whatever's left over. Spoiler alert, there's never anything left over. Instead, you're going to automate what I call the micro transfer the exact morning your paycheck direct deposits. Not $50, not $100, just $7. $7. That's $1 a day. You set up an automatic transfer from your checking to a separate high-yield savings account for the morning you get paid. You won't even notice $7 is missing. It's half the price of a fast food meal. But psychologically, you just flipped the script. You went from someone who can never save to someone who saves every pay period without fail. Wait, let me freeze right here for a second, because right now you might be thinking, Marcus, $7 isn't going to buy me a house or pay off my car. And you're totally right, it won't. But here's the twist that nobody tells you about money management. Building an emergency fund isn't a math problem first, it's a habit problem. If you wait until you have extra money to start saving, you will literally wait the rest of your life. Starting with $7 builds the muscle memory. Once your brain realizes you didn't starve without that $7, moving it up to $15 or $20 next month becomes easy. Which brings us to how you handle the rest of your cash without losing your mind to spreadsheets. Forget tracking every single penny in 50 different categories. Nobody has time to log a $2.50 pack of gum in an app while standing at a cash register. It's exhausting, and the second you miss 3 days of logging, you give up entirely. Instead, use the two-bucket system. Bucket 1 is for fixed survival costs: rent, utilities, minimum debt payments, and basic groceries. Add those up for the month. That money stays in your main checking account and gets paid out automatically whenever bills are due. Bucket 2 is your weekly spending allowance. Whatever's left over after your fixed costs and that $7 micro save gets divided by 4. That is your weekly number for everything else: eating out, gas, shopping, coffee, whatever. Let's say your weekly number is $85. You move that $85 to a separate debit account or pull it out in cash every Monday morning. When that $85 is gone on Thursday, you don't touch your main checking account. You just wait until Monday. You don't need to categorize where the money went. You don't need to feel guilty about buying a slice of pizza. As long as you stayed under $85, your bills are paid, your savings happened automatically, and your zero buffer is completely safe. Now, what happens when an actual emergency hits? Your car tire pops, or you need an unexpected prescription and it costs $150. This is usually the exact moment where the cycle resets. You put the bill on a credit card, carry a balance, pay interest, and feel like you're back at square one. To stop that from happening, we use the reverse debt snowball for tiny emergencies. Instead of panic buying on a high-interest credit card, you use your newly built micro-savings first. If you've been saving $7 a week, after a few months you've got a couple $100 sitting there. It covers the tire. You don't take on new debt. The feeling of paying for a crisis in cash instead of adding it to a credit card bill is absolute magic. It changes how you view yourself overnight. Building financial freedom isn't about giant heroic moves or starving yourself of everything fun. It's about building a system so simple that your future self can't mess it up even on a bad week. If this made money feel just a little less terrifying today, hit that subscribe button. We drop straightforward, zero-judgment videos every single week to help you get control of your cash without changing your entire life. Next week, I'm going over the 5 sneaky subscriptions eating your bank account alive without you realizing it and how to cancel them in under 2 minutes. See you then.